welcome back, David from Atomic Candy and the incredible Miss Lady Pop Hunter, my amazing wife, and we are open by chance. And just a little discussion here based on a video that actually you saw, where it's a younger person, and he has actually a rather large Funko Pop related channel. I'm not going to say who it is because we're not trying to pick on him, but he has a big channel, a lot of subscribers, primarily Funko Pop based. So a lot of fun addicts watch the channel. And basically what he said was, I'm going to sell it. I'm going to sell the collection. And he was talking about where this comes from. He says, I'm kind of losing interest in the Pops. And his channel has been on for a long time, I guess. He's been doing this for a few years. He has a lot of subscribers and a lot of Pops. He's got a lot of Pops, and
he got a lot of good ones too.
He's got good ones because he's got the what I call the pre-mass production Funko era Pops. So stuff from before 2015, like he's got the original Monsters Inc.
Wizard of Oz,
including the chrome ones. The Wizard of Oz set.
The original Tigger.
Stuff like that. And he's just like, quite frankly, it's been coming on for a while where it's just not doing it for me anymore. I've got, I'm not getting rid of everything. I'm keeping. I'm going to keep my Wizard of Oz set. He's got a few sets where he's singled out. He says, "Yeah, I'm keeping this set. I'm going to keep that set, but the rest of it, like more than half, like maybe as much as 3/4 of the collection, he's just going to sell them out."
I think he says he's going to keep like 70 of them.
Yeah, like less than 100. He has like God knows how many.
He got a couple hundred.
Well, it's more than a couple hundred, but his hundreds of Pops in display area that we saw, but he's keeping like roughly 25% of his collection. He wants to sell the rest, and that video got a ton of thumbs down, like easily a third or more, like maybe 40% thumbs down, and a lot of negative comments.
More than that, because it had like 500 thumbs up and over 300 thumbs down.
But he's basically, a lot of comments were basically like, putting him down for selling them out, and hey,
I'm telling him that they unsubscribed.
I'm unsubscribing. I'm done watching you now, and all this other stuff. So the basic question is, and we were kind of throwing this around today, if you sell, is selling your collection selling out? Are you selling out by selling your collection? And I gotta say, if you're being honest, I don't think so, because this is a problem that's been brewing for a lot of Funko Pop collectors over the last, really at least the last year, maybe longer, where it's getting overwhelming because of the sheer numbers of production, the difficulty in tracking down certain sets, certain Pops, certain exclusives, things like that. It gets harder and harder. The chase isn't fun anymore. Running around to different stores. We're hearing more and more of that from collectors, where it's like, I'm getting sick. I don't want to run out to stores anymore. I don't want to sit online all day anymore. It gets to be too much. And this is a young person. Is it wrong for him to feel overwhelmed by that?
No, I read a lot of the comments on his channel, and a lot of people said that they also sold the majority of their Funko Pop collection, and they felt great about it. I saw about 4 or 5 people that said that it was too much, and they were just tired of all of the exclusives and not being able to find what you want, and they gave up on it and got rid of the majority of it and kept the ones they really liked, and they felt good doing it. So
interesting.
Because
I wonder about that, because you see the turmoil that it started on his channel, because he says, I'm still going to be doing this. I'm still going to be buying Funko Pops, and I've still got unboxings to do. I'm not going anywhere, but the majority of this, I'm just, it's not doing anything for me. And we actually kind of talked about that not too long ago here, where if you're not happy, you need to do something else.
And I mean, if Funko Pop collecting doesn't make you happy, you rather collect or even do, it doesn't even have to be collecting, you rather, spend your time, effort, and money into something else, then do something else. And I think for a lot of people, it's a fad.
Mm-hmm.
We talked to this one guy who owns a store, and he did it because it's the new in thing.
Yeah.
I mean, you bought a whole store to sell Funko Pops because it's the new in thing, and he even said that he collects whatever's in. If it's in, he collects it, and once it's out, he gets rid of it and moves on to something else. And when it came to Funko, he saw how everybody was into it, so he opened a store. And once it's over, the fad, the craze is over. He's gonna get rid of the store, and it's
Yeah.
like that sounds kind of a bit
That's
much.
extreme.
Yeah, that's a person with some money that has nothing to do. I mean, I would love to own a toy store.
Sure.
But yeah, okay, you own a toy store, pops are in. Sell the pops. When it's out, I'm not going to shut down my store. I'm going to just sell something else. So that just seems kind of extreme. And I think for a lot of people, it's a fad, it's a craze. They want to get on the wave because it's trending,
Mm-hmm.
is just the in thing to do. And it's a lot of time and money and effort going into it. And then after they see, whoa, I'm spending a lot of money on this, and it's not bringing me the joy and the popularity that I think I should get.
Yeah, the high comes down,
Mm-hmm.
starts wearing off.
Yeah. So, it sucks, I guess. I don't know.
But I don't fault him for wanting to consolidate. He's not completely getting rid of everything.
Yeah.
And he's not like flipping, because I know that's a huge issue. And somebody had asked me about that too, because I used to be a dealer in the 90s, and I used to work with Great Eastern Conventions and New England Comics. And they asked me, is it worse now? And yeah, it is. I mean, with Funko Pops, it's just something about them that the people who scalp these toys, flippers as they call them now, is just a really dirty word. It's a real dirty thing. Back then, people didn't seem to care so much, but now it's like it's particularly with Funko Pops, they take it really personally, and it's probably due to the sheer volume of product that's put out. I'm pretty sure, but I don't think he's selling out because his priorities are changing.
Yeah.
He wants to consolidate his collection. This is what I really like. This is what I want to concentrate on, and the rest of it, I'm just not feeling anymore. He shouldn't feel obligated to cling to that to meet someone else's standards or criteria for him.
Yeah, and if you don't feel an attachment, if you can't say, oh man, when I see this, it brings back all kind of great memories. I feel good about this. It takes me to a place of peace or whatever. Then yeah, you probably shouldn't be doing it. You shouldn't be putting so much energy into it.
Yeah, and he's taken a lot of hits for making those comments, and for basically just being honest.
Yeah, but
with his
and
audience.
that's that goes on to a whole nother topic about people pleasing.
Yeah.
And it goes what I said earlier about the trend and the craze, and of collecting and anything. You get on it because your friends. You might have one friend that's really into it. Oh, let me jump on the bandwagon because I want to please them. But then you have the other extreme where none of your friends like it. Your friends, your family think you're all crazy, you're wasting your time and money. But then when they look at themselves, they put a lot of time and energy into something that you don't really understand or get into, but you don't bother them about it because you have your thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
The only thing I didn't like was when he said, what I'd like to give a first crack to my subscribers first.
Right. Which was cool.
And I'll put a list, and before I go trying to sell it anywhere else, if anybody wants anything, let me know. But then he says, he's going to go buy like PPG and Stashpedia, whatever.
Yeah.
And I hate that. I just personally hate that. I know a lot of people, somebody's going to get upset for me for saying that. They're like, oh, you know, Pop's Price Guide or Stash PD or whatever. I'm just sick and tired one too many times that I've been trying to buy Pops from somebody or been to a show, been to a convention or something. And it's like, well, what do you want from this? I don't know. Let me get the phone out and look it up. Stash PD has got it for 177, so I guess I could do 175 on it. And you just want to choke the life out of the guy for this. It's like, you idiot. You know, you don't even know what you want for it. You're going on these services, which I don't trust them. I'm sorry, you cannot convince me. I don't trust their prices. Anybody who's ever worked in these industries or been a big collector knows you never go by the price guide. Never, never, never. The price guide is there for reference purposes, but the prices mean nothing. Nothing. Any comic collector, toy collector, um, glassware collector will tell you that. You use it for just reference material. The prices mean absolutely zilch. The best way to gauge prices is by going by what the last things were sold for. And I know somebody said that that's how Pop Price Guide does that, but I'm not seeing that correlation when I check those numbers. So that kind of got on my nerves a little bit when he reverted back to the crap, I don't really know what anything's worth. I'll let somebody else price it for me routine. I think he could have done a little better, but that's just a personal thing with me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I saw things that I want, but I'm not going to try and buy it because, you know, whatever. I'm already happy with what I have. I have more than what I need.
Yeah, I know the feeling.
You know, so yeah.
But bottom line, I just feel like if, you know, once again, if it's not making you happy, if you're not getting anything out of it, if you're more frustrated, if there's more frustration than joy for you in the hobby, if the hunt isn't worth it anymore, if you're tired of running around, if everything is starting to blend together, it all looks the same. There's nothing wrong with saying, you know what?
Yeah.
I could be doing something else, or at the very least consolidate. And I had mentioned this in the previous video. The guy with the what's the name of that Oprah Winfrey movie again?
Yeah. Not
Stuck in no.
No. I don't know, whatever that Oprah
Oh my God
movie is. But yeah, he bought the whole set because he got one from a blind box.
It was such a good movie. We cannot pool our resources enough to remember the title.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. The point is he got it because he had a blind box and one was in there, so then he bought the whole set.
Yeah, because he was showing them in his pickups. He was doing a video of pickups when he went around shopping. He's like, I got these, and I don't really like them, and I didn't really want these, but you know, I got one in the blind box, so I figured I might as well put the whole set together. And I'm like, what are you doing?
And those types of things is what leads you to burnout.
Yeah.
And because it's like, okay, I got this, I got a blind box or whatever, and I got something that I didn't want. Let me complete the set. But I don't want it. I don't like it. I didn't like the movie. I didn't like the TV show. I didn't like whatever. And that causes burnout because it's like, okay, now I got to hunt around for the rest of these. And maybe one is hard to find. Maybe it's a chase. Maybe it's a store exclusive or something. And now you're running around for something that you don't even want.
And then being a completist makes it hard too, because most collectors are. They want every variant.
Yeah.
And that's part of the trap. And then when you can't get it, and that, you know, that artificial demand model, you go out for it and you can't find it, and there's a good chance you're going to end up buying something that you didn't want just so that you can have it.
Yeah.
And then you're going to be like, you know, at some point it's going to hit you. What am I doing with this?
And then you get burnt out, and then you end up selling everything, taking it to Goodwill, burning it. Something. But you get.
I've used that photo a few times. You've seen that. That is an actual legitimate photo of somebody who burned his Funko Pop collection. I've used it a few of the videos off and on. I'll put it on here again. He actually lit his collection on fire.
I wouldn't burn it. I mean, I at least sell it and get some money back.
Get something back.
You get back all your money, but maybe if you got some good ones, you probably will. But I would at least sell it. I wouldn't burn it. That's a total waste.
He's making a statement, man.
Yeah, okay, that's a bold statement.
Bold statement.
Real extreme statement.
Yeah, it is. But yeah, I don't think it's selling out. I don't think it's selling out to want to consolidate or wanting to reevaluate what you're doing with your collection if you're just not happy with it.
Yeah, you're selling out when you please people.
Yeah.
Nothing.
So, any other points?
Nope.
No more points? So that's enough, I guess. So what do you think? You have anything to say about that? How do you feel about those points? You can go ahead and put them in the comment section down below, like right in here, right down there. And let us know what you think about that. You know, give the video a thumbs up if you got something out of it. Like, share, subscribe. Check out some of the other videos. We do a lot more than Funko Pop discussions.
Yeah.
Although sometimes it seems like that's it, because Funko is just out there.
Yeah.
It is kind of like a fad in that regards.
And fads die. So.
In that regard, and you know, something that we talked about in the previous discussion also, that when you really put it under a microscope, Funko Pops have only been popular since about 2015.
Yeah.
As long as, you know, ignore how long Funko's been around, ignore when Pops first started coming off the assembly line. Before 2015, nobody cared. Nobody was paying attention to it. So it's really only been roughly 3 years.
Yeah.
So it feels like a fad.
Yeah, so the infatuation is about to die.
And fads die hard. They die hard and quick. Nasty and quick. Yeah. So, but you know, I could be wrong. You never know. Yeah. It could hang on for 20 years, or it could die in 20 months. Yeah. You never know. But yeah, tell us what you think about all that. Like, share, subscribe. Find us on Instagram, Open by Chance on Instagram. And if you wanted to correspond with us, send us something or send us a letter or whatever, we do have a P.O. box where we can be reached. And every once in a while, you see that P.O. box on our unboxing videos, because we have gotten a few surprises in our post office box, which is always awesome. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon. Bye.
行け行けデュークフリード飛べ